Yo, today we're going to talk about the Turkish get-up. Before we get into this, I just want to let you know this is going to be complex. There's a lot of steps, and it looks pretty complex because, well, it can kind of feel that way. So be really patient with yourself. If you get all twisted up and it feels like you're in a bad game of Twister gone wrong, have patience, drop back down to the floor and start again. One thing that I do want to put into your brain from the outset of this, eventually the goal is to build up to having some kind of a weight, kettlebell in your hand or what have you. At all times in your Turkish get-up, you should feel as comfortable. You should ask yourself, would I feel comfortable doing this with a 100-pound kettlebell over my head? If the answer is at any time no, or even maybe, or a little bit, fix it. Because it's not only going to be better for your actual quest of muscle building and fat burning, but it's also going to help keep you safe. So without further ado, let's walk through it, what we call naked, unweighted. Everything that I'm going to talk about here applies doubly so when you have a kettlebell. So get down on the ground, extend fully out, establish a little bit of a hollow position, get your belly button pointing a little bit towards your sternum. Good, and hold that. And this is going to be your kettlebell arm, kettlebell hand. It presses up on the same side. That same side leg comes up next to your heel. Find a solid point for it. You want it to feel solid, like you can press off of it. You want to feel the same thing with your left hand. Pretend like you are a clock, your head is at 12. This hand is going down to somewhere like 4, maybe 5. And come up to elbow. But what happens there? I'm pressing off of my right heel and also off of my left hand, using my abs to draw myself up. It is like a crunch. Now notice also, this weight, if a weight were here, does not move. My shoulder, you want it to really act like the ball and socket joint that it is. So the rest of the body moves, but it stays in more or less the same spot. Want to keep your hand, or want to keep your eye on the bell. This is going to be really important for balancing, like we said. If it's 100 pounds, you're going to want your eye on it. Okay, so from there, all you do, scoot me back a little bit. From there, all you do is you come up to your elbow. Nothing else moves. You can come up to your elbow. Now, if you got to wiggle your hand around to find the right position, totally fine. What we are looking for here, I think that this is one of the 2 most important positions in the Turkish get-up. What we're looking for here is that this shoulder is completely packed. The way we're going to know that we are doing that is this whole arm is going to move like one piece, right? Like, see, I can move my wrist individually, or I can have my whole arm rotate again with the ball and socket joint. What we want is the latter. So if we are here, right? Let's just deepen, let's intensify this shoulder stabilization. Pretend like all of your fingertips are clawing into the ground, okay? While they're doing that, load your heel up and press that into the ground. From there, just imagine twisting your arm in the direction of your pinky. It should feel like a corkscrew, like it's locking into place. You don't want your palm to move by itself. Everything moves as one. And it's a really slight movement. It's like that. Go from here to there. Now I feel really solid. You want to be solid because all of your weight is about to go on that arm. Let's get back to where we started. Aren't you glad you got friggin' solid? Because now you got to hang out here, possibly with 100 pounds overhead. What this is just like a bridge. It's exactly the same motion, exactly the same sensation as a bridge, the kind of thing that you did if you were a kid growing up doing gymnastics or whatever. This stays here, again, off of this right foot, pressing up and contracting your left glute as well. You basically just want to see, like, you know, how flat can we get this? Okay, so from there, balancing on that arm still screwed in, hand or eyes on the bell, drag this foot through. I like to think about it like threading, okay, like threading or flossing it through. That gets us here. This is what we call windmill position. Okay, from right here, you can do a whole lot of things if we're not even just doing a Turkish get-up. But I want to hang out here because it's solid and it can teach you a whole lot and really can emphasize, it really lets you get this stabilization feeling here and also lets you lock it in here. You really want to get this kettlebell arm locked in before you go on. From right here, I like to sit back, wiggle around in this sort of bent hinge position. Come up. I'm not pressing all the way off my hand. This is abs and obliques. Look, I'm gonna take my hand off the ground just a little bit. Come up like that, okay? At this point, take your eyes off the bell. Now, I like to think about this like we call it closing the gate to get straight and set up for lunge. But some people will do sort of the opposite. They take their back leg, and this is gonna hurt on the carpet. Here we go, take the back leg and wiggle it around. Either way, whether you close the gate or you tilt your rudder leg, as I think of it, you wanna align yourself so that you are set up for a lunge, or basically for a split squat. So for me, I like to close the gate, come up, close the gate, and then boom. Now it's just a split squat or a lunge. Congratulations, you're now halfway. You're gonna walk it back, split squat, open the gate or rudder leg or whatever. Important part that people like to skip past that will pay off if you don't. Take your hand, slide it down your pockets until you meet the floor. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh yeah, I'm back in that solid locked in position. Good. Now your eyes come back up to the bell. Reach forward again, thread the leg through the other way. Oh, right back to where we started. From here, just reverse, keep eyes on the elbow. Look what's happening. Just reversing. And now, like it's yoga, plus weights, roll down your vertebrae one by one. Oh shit, that's a kettlebell. So I get for scooting forward. Boom. That's it. So, you might go through that. You might say, oh, it's pretty easy. I think I got it. Since I can't be there with you to actually see what standard you're doing it to, here's how you know. Take your shoe off, right? This is gonna be the heaviest light thing you ever hold. If you can get through this entire movement without dropping the shoe, odds are your shoulder is packed enough, you are stable enough, your whole body is moving enough as one unit that the shoe can stay, and when the shoe stays, then you know that you are ready to move on to some actual weight. If the shoe doesn't stay, you're probably wiggling, probably got a lot of leakage, and you need to tighten that up and plug it before you move to the iron. Easy peasy.